channel. My name is Derek, and today's video we shall be looking at how to develop simple interactive dashboards and pivot tables and try to analyze some data in Excel. So this is what you're going to draw in actually this is what we're going to construct. As you can see it, we're going to go through some steps of creating something similar like that. We want to create something that is really interactive. When you click Central, it only brings data for Central, East, something like that.
From
So
part
you
of
want
our
to see.
dashboard. So basically, when we have our data here, it's by order date, region, rep, item, units, unit cost, and then the total. So we start with pivot tables. So we shall insert pivot tables. You go to the insert tab and click pivot tables, and you can give your table. Okay, yes, okay. So this is how pivot tables look like, and as you can see, we have the pivot table fields. So these are the our headers that we're seeing here. So we're going to pull. Let's first pull region. So for example, you can see there are only 3 regions in our data set. So we are actually already analyzing data. We know now there are 3 regions. We'll try the representatives. So we can see that Central has the highest number of representatives, then East 3, and then of course the West has actually it's arranged in order. So I think it's following the alphabet. I don't know, but that's quite impressive. So we can try to bring in the units. Let's first leave the item alone and we put them under values. So make sure that it's by sum. Then probably the unit cost. So when you have the units and the unit cost, what do you get? So meaning that you get the product should be how much actually you spend. Okay, because you have the units and the unit cost, so it's actually how much you will spend, also how much you'll spend. So we can actually put on total. It depends whether you're buying or you're selling. So let's say they are sales, you're making sales. So we might want to know the total revenue maybe. So you can put in a formula there to see the total revenue. Just use the pivot table analysis function here. Use calculated fields and you insert a formula. So here you can just say maybe total revenue. Total revenue. Go here, just remove everything. So double click the units here because we want to multiply the units times the unit cost to get the total revenue. And multiply the unit cost, double click that and say okay. So this is how much generated per region, per representative, and we can remove these decimal points. Just have to remove them. Yeah, so basically that is it. That is just as simple as that. Okay, so we may want to insert a chart to look at probably who is earning more than the other and stuff like that. So to do that, we can simply just click in the pivot table. We insert a pivot chart, which is right here. Okay, so it will bring a number of chart, but let me go with this. Go with that. So that's how it looks like. So right now it really it will not make sense because we have regions within then individuals. So we might want to see actually, let's try to see per region so that actually it makes more sense. Let's try to see per region. So let's remove the reps. Okay, let's remove the representatives and remain by region. So as you can see by region, you can see that the central region actually is contributing, is yielding a lot of revenue. And of course, we can change this color into any color that we want. Okay, okay. Then we can hide these buttons. I normally prefer hiding them. And then we can give this some dark color to make sure. Okay. So you can also put the labels if you want here. You can put the labels. Okay. You can put the labels. So you can see how much actually the total sales per region. Yeah, so this is not only what we can do with the pivot tables. We can start constructing dashboards and putting tables in place. Let me delete this. So let me start constructing an interactive dashboard. Let me first give my background some color. I'll choose plain. Let me choose that. Then let me make this table more beautiful than how it is. So let me give it that white color. So let me name this region. Okay, region. Then let's name this units. This sum of units. And this is total revenue. Okay. Let's give it a color here. Just any color. It's not a big deal. Okay. Because at the end of the day, we want even to put in slices and we want to have an interactive kind of dashboard. So if you really want to also put a graph for this, you can also do that. You can just do some resize. Then something important that I must emphasize is realize that every time you may want to refresh your data and the length of this pivot table keeps on getting messed up, but we shall see that moving forward. We shall see how to go about it. So let's just try to insert in more data. So normally what I do, I just copy this because I want to now to display some other kind of table. Okay, let's first deal with the tables and we shall deal with the graphs. So you can actually copy that and paste it there. And now you can include some other things like the reps. You may want to see by rep. Okay, so realize already my width here is messed up. So I need to deal with that. I need to right click and go to pivot table options, and then I untick this auto fit column width on update. So I don't want auto fit. I want it to remain the way I set it. I don't want it to auto fit itself. Okay, so like that. So next time I update anything, it will just be like that. It will be static. It will not auto width, like it will not define its own width. I have defined the width for it. So I can see we have, for example, two tables, and each of them is showing like how much revenue they managed to get. So we can put in some conditional formatting here. Okay, you can highlight these three and put in some conditional formatting like that. So by default, okay, that color is not good since we have blue headers. So let's try that. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's try that. So as you can see, still the central region, you can easily tell they're having a lot of revenue compared to the rest of the regions. We can also apply that here, just there. Okay, here it's going to. Okay, let's just put highlight here because we don't want to include in the total per. We don't want the conditional formatting to include the total per region. So we want it to analyze the reps, the representatives per region. Okay, So let's put in there. So I'm ignoring the totals. Okay, ignoring those totals. Oh, sorry. In that. So you can even tell within the different regions who is actually generating more revenue or more sales than others. So you can see here there is Keville, really doing well. Okay, and the east we can see Jones is doing well, and Savino in the west. So it's quite simple. You can analyze your data that way. It's really very simple. So let's try to dig deep, and let's try to put in a pie chart. I mean, we have this data here, so let's try to put in a pie chart. So what I'll do, I'll copy this, and I don't want to go back to my data, so I just will copy this and find a place here down here, because I want to call this my chart area where I will draw my graphs and make my pivot tables very nice and interactive. So let's put in the field list. So we want to see the contribution of each region using a pie chart. So meaning that we're going to remove the units and the unit cost, and we don't need the total. Okay, remove the grand total. So you right click and you remove the grand total. Oh, right click. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Okay, so we can remove the grand total from either here. You can remove it from here. Okay, so we're left with that. So let's insert a pivot chart, which will be a pie chart this time. I just want to see the contribution, the proportion. Okay, put a pie chart. Okay, so let me cut this pie chart and put it here, and I paste it, maintaining the source formatting. So I don't need this. Let me just say total revenue, sorry, total revenue. So we might need some labels. We need some labels here. Let's click inside there and put in. Okay, we can first decide the layout. I think that's fine because it shows the percentage of the total revenue per region. So it's quite fine for me. And we can change the color to that. Okay, it's okay. Let me try to bold this, the labels. Let me try to boost them a bit. So to me that's really nice. So we can decide to make it, like no fill. You can decide to make it a no fill so that it is a bit clear like that. Okay, so that's the first actually chart we have made, and it's interesting so far. So let's try to analyze more data. Let me copy this table. This time, what do I analyze? What do I analyze this time? So for example, maybe let's see, we've not looked at the items. Let's now include the items within actually this, maybe by region or by rep. So items, want them to, maybe let's first make them appear here so that we can see if it actually works out. So I don't know if that one works out. Yeah, I think it's really good. It actually works out well. Actually works out well, very well. So we can also tell how much each of these items is generating, the pen set, the pencil in the different regions. Okay, so we may also remove the regions. Okay, also remove the regions and remain with the individual items, as you can see. So we're able to tell that actually it, okay, we can call these items here, call these items. Okay, and you can easily tell actually that can easily tell that the binder is actually generating quite a lot of income. Condition format this. Okay, this condition format using the bars. So you can also tell just in that simple way. Okay, just in a simple way. We can now put this on a bar graph. Okay, let's try to put this on a bar graph. Okay, let's copy this. Remember, you need to develop an area for your graphs in Excel. I mean, that's how you do it. I don't know how other people do it, but that's how I do it. And each one has their own way. As long as you get your results, it doesn't matter how you do it. So, but of course there are standards, and you need to find those standards and actually go with them. But whatever works for you, as long as you get it right and you go through the right steps, I think it still works. So I've generated a simple bar graph which I can paste here. Okay, I paste it here. You can resize it. Okay. Okay, so I normally remove these. Okay, let me put a chart title. Say, so this is item actually, revenue per item. Let's say revenue per item. Okay, so that's how it will look like, and we can decide to put in to play around with the colors. Can play with the colors, the page layout, and can play with these themes, and it looks fine. Okay, there's themes here. You can try to play with them, and they'll give you something nice. I'm sure they'll give you something nice. So like right now, that's how my thing looks like. Yeah. So actually, you can put okay, you can just leave it there. So this is simply how you can actually analyze your data in Excel, and this is just simple things that you can actually do in Excel. You can give your, for example, you're giving a monthly report to your manager at the end of the month. You want to do a report, and just does it very fast. Excel using the pivot tables, it's just so powerful. Okay, let's just insert a shape and give our dashboard a name. Let's just give it maybe it's a monthly report. Monthly sales report. I'm just saying it's not maybe you can put a month. Let's say it's June, maybe 2020. Okay. So let's enter that. So the last part I would want us to actually learn is the slices. Of course, we don't want to spend time organizing this, but this is just for starters. Let's insert now what they call slices. I don't know if you've heard of slices, but they are one of the interesting things that you need to learn if you really to do well with pivot tables. If you want your, let's just call them slices here. Okay. Okay. So what are slices? The slices are what will actually, help us even better analyze our data, even better focus our data in terms of specificity, in terms of what we want to look out for. If it's a time we want maybe to look at certain month or something like that. Okay. Unfortunately, here I did not show the month, but it would have been good if actually I show the month anyway. Okay. Okay. Let's show the month here. No. Okay. Even if we don't show it, it will still come out. So let's insert slices. So you go to insert, you click in any of your pivot tables, and you go to pivot table analyze, and then you insert the slicer. It's here. See that? It's there. So it will depend on what you want to really look out for. If it's order date, you can insert an order date slicer. But right now, let's try region and rep, maybe an item. Those are the three slices I want. So they will appear like that. Okay. So let's resize our slices to really fit within. I organize them that way so that they can easily be seen in the items. Okay, then the last one will come down here. Okay, so what do these slices do? So for example, let me click central. So you realize here, central, it's only central which has remained, and also down here under the rep, it's only bringing the it's only bringing the people actually who should belong to only central. Okay, then but what you realize, it's the other graphs and tables actually are not, they're not being moving, they're not moving, they're not being actually affected by my click of central. Okay, it's the same. So let's first name this sheet. Let's give it revenue. So I like working in one sheet so that I don't have to go in different sheets and then messing up things. So for example, we need to connect we need to connect these slices for us to have an interactive dashboard, to have interactive pivot tables. So we shall have to connect, right click one of the slices and then report connections. Then now you realize here on the sheet we have revenue. So I only want the sheet actually revenue to actually have these changes. I don't want any, if I had, for example, other sheets that had pivot tables, and I just tick, then I will actually affect the rest of the sheets. So, but in this case, I simply want the changes to be affected within the revenue sheet. So I'll click the pivot tables I want to be connected, to be interactive. So I will tick everything because I want all of them, but it's not a must to tick everything. But in this case, I'll tick everything, and something happens. I think you've seen what happens. There's just a blink, and then try to click central again, and now it only brings data about central, only central, only central. Even here it will show you 100% revenue from central. Click east. Okay, it will be as interactive as you can see. Okay, click west to only bring west. Okay, so this is how you do these interactive dashboards. We can do much more. Play with the colors, play with lots of things you can actually do. Yeah, but for now, I think we can go with that for today. In this video, I'm very, very happy that you actually had to keep around. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Please press that subscription button, and we can get more of these videos. So I will also actually leave this video in the link below my description. I'll leave this just for you to, if you want to practice, you can actually practice, or if you want to pick something, you can pick something. These the things we can already share. So thank you so much, guys, for watching once again. See you